And here is your host, failed director, actor, writer, Steve Wright.
Thank you for tuning into the Steve Wright Show, the absurd, the hilarious, and the sexy. Speaking of the absurd, let's check in with Dent Fleming. He is the host of Hand Puppet News and, of course, the host of Hand Puppet Stand-Up Weekly Comedy Jamboree, 2-drink minimum. Dent, I understand you've written the shortest, most offensive joke in the history of the world. Is that true, Dent? Talk to me about it.
That's right, Steve. You know, in my own stand-up, just my style as an artiste, I tend to ramble a lot. I tend to be very, very, very verbose. It's kind of like being on a rambling road, like a winding road, it's just rambling along. It's like, where's the destination? I don't know. It just keeps going and going and going and going, never really getting to the point. You know, you're on a journey. When are we going to get to the town of fun now? You just don't know. You lose sight of what the whole point was to even begin with.
But not in this case, right, Dent?
That's right. I am happy to report I have written the shortest, most offensive joke in the history of the world. Women! Not a fan.
All right, Dan. All right, we that's enough. Thank you very much. That was short and very offensive, so as delivered. But folks, for you at home, honestly, if Dent Fleming wasn't mentioned in the opening credits, I would probably cut him from the show entirely. So my apologies. We're actually kind of locked into Dent. Chopper Lou, locked into him. He's mentioned in the credits, and you and Allan the dog. Well, obviously. Allan the dog's the fan favorite. Message boards. Message received. Allan should be doing more interviews. We hear you.
Wait, what the hell did he just say?
Something about cutting you out of the show.
Yeah, right. Cut me out of the show. Cut me out of the show and you've had your last hand job, Mr. Man.
Does Steve have a big...
Oh, dude. Like a python, man.
This might be a good time to remind our viewers that the Steve Wright Show is not intended for younger viewers. Chopper Lou out.
Thank you, Chopper Lou. Love you, baby girl. But now let's go to our main event and go to Allan the dog, who is sitting with producer and author Marc Weingarten in Marc's office. And Marc is a guy who is just an incredibly interesting person and has done so much cool shit. It's a real pleasure to have him on the Steve Wright Show. Allan, take it away.
Thank you, Steve. That is true. I'm here with Marc Weingarten, author, journalist, producer.
Good to see you.
So, all right, here's my first question. What is the last great album you listened to that comes to mind? It could be this morning, last week, something you listened to all the way through, just a great album.
Three Dog Night. I get it now. I'm just kidding.
I got it. I love it.
Wow. A few things. The Kinks. Listen to a Kinks record called Something Else. It's a great record. You should all listen to it. This obscure 60s band called Spirit.
Yeah.
Listening to a lot of their records.
Wow.
Let's see. Some Miles Davis, too.
Nice.
Love the Miles Davis. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm a big Miles Davis guy.
Yeah, are you? Okay.
Although,
cool.
I remember one of your Instagram-y posts, you're not a huge fan of Bitches Brew.
Yeah, don't like the brew. Don't like the brew that much.
A little overrated.
A little overrated, right? You like it?
I do, but I hear you.
It's a little overrated.
It's a little spacey.
I like it has the word bitches in it, though. That's cool.
Bitches!
There you go.
Bitches, bro! Yeah. All right, this is going really well.
Great.
You're doing well.
I'm good. I'm glad to hear that.
I feel really comfortable with you.
I do. I feel relaxed.
All right.
You know what? Tell me about your book, The Gang That Wouldn't Write Straight.
That is a book about new journalists, journalism in the 60s, Tom Wolfe, Hunter Thompson, and Norman Mailer, and those writers, and I interviewed all those people, and I put together a book about it.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What is one Hunter S. Thompson book I have to read?
Well, Hell's Angels is amazing.
Okay.
It really gives you the insight, because he wrote with those guys. It's really incredible. And then his book about the 72 presidential campaign, Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail, is really good.
Nice. All right.
Check that out, dog.
Speaking of books, Steve and I went to Skylight Books in Los Feliz not too long ago. And you edited a book called Yes is the Answer.
Yes, that's true.
Tell me about that bad boy. That is kind of a book about prog rock, right?
Yes. It's an anthology of essays about prog rock. You dig the prog rock?
Well, you know what? I missed it. And I remember
Okay.
in your intro, you kind of referenced that this is a book especially for prog rock fans. But dude, it's awesome. I mean, for non-fans, it's fucking sweet.
Thank you. Right on. Yeah, so that was fun to do. That was fun to put together. I like to put together edit these books where I'm not necessarily writing, but editing other writers. It's a lot of fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And where'd you meet these guys? You kind of know them from the biz in general, or?
Yeah, just writers that I've known over the years. Some I didn't know. I just cold called them because I admired their work, and they said yes, which was great. So it's always fun to work with these writers that you admire from afar, and start working with them and editing with them. It's really cool.
Very nice, very nice. And that is on Amazon.
Amazon.com, correct.
We know somebody in common.
Who's that?
Steve went to college with Brent Rumble.
That's right, Brent Rumble.
Who
Yes.
contacted you when he edited the book Fargo Rock City.
Yes. I blurbed Chuck Klosterman's very first book. Chuck was an unknown, and Brant called me up and said, "Hey, we got this guy. We need some blurbs for this guy. We're trying to help him out." And he has clipped my career 50-fold. Yeah! Boom!
Yeah,
So
dude.
what are you going to do?
Brent's great. He smells good.
He smells
No pets. But
nice.
yeah, when we figured out.
Non-smoker, no pets. Good.
Yeah, when we figured that out, that was weird. We both know Brant.
No, yeah, that is weird.
You also are a movie producer, dude. God bless Ozzy Osbourne. The rockumentary premiered at Tribeca Film Fest.
Yes.
Tell me about that bad boy.
That was a lot of fun. We did that with the Osborne family.
Mhm.
Jack Osborne was one of our co-producers, and
Nice.
Sharon was a producer as well. And so that was a hell of a lot of fun, and Tribeca was a hell of a lot of fun too.
Sweet. Going back to your hometown.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool. And speaking of rockumentaries, just out on Netflix, the other one, The Long Strange Trip of Bob Weir. You know, it seems to me like, I saw the movie, and, it seems like you're taking the spotlight that seems like it's always on Jerry permanently,
Right.
and just shining it on Bob. Was that sort of the intention?
That was
intention there?
definitely the intention of the film.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows about Jerry.
Mhm.
Not many people know about what Bob's life is all about, or where he came from, or what's going on in that interesting head of his. So,
Sure.
Yeah, so it was definitely a chance to shine a light on the guy who wrote almost half of the songs and
Wow.
sang half of them, and co-founded the band with Jerry when he was 16 years old.
16.
Yeah.
Dude, Steve and I are big Dead fans.
I know.
Tell me about meeting Bob Weir. And
You went to 300 shows, right?
300.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Cool.
I was in the womb for my first show.
Yeah, baby.
But yeah, how was it? Tell me about meeting Bob Weir.
It was a total thrill to work with Bob. I'm a huge fan as well. I saw you at a bunch of shows.
Yeah.
You were so high.
Acid, baby, is my thing.
So embarrassing. Yeah, acid is your thing.
Balloons and acid.
Balloons and acid.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It was a thrill. Thrill to do the movie. Bob was great.
Mm-hmm.
And we interviewed all the other surviving members of the Dead and these people that are sort of in the immediate Dead circle. And it was a lot of fun. I think it's mission accomplished. I think Dead fans are pleased with the movie.
Killer, dude.
Yeah.
Killer, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about the first moment you met Bob.
I think it was at his studio in San Rafael,
Nice.
TRI Studios, and he just sort of ambled up, and it was. Bob's a very quiet kind of. Yeah, he's definitely a mellow dude.
Really?
Yeah. Right. And it takes him, it takes a minute. He wants to feel you out. He's met a lot of people in his life, and he
Sure.
wants to feel you out, make sure you're cool. But once he warmed up to me, it was great. It was really awesome.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you do so much shit. I completely forgot that you're a drummer with the band Wildebeest, and you played Ozfest.
That was a lot of fun.
That was what.
We only played Ozfest because we forced Sharon to put us on the bill.
Nice.
We begged and pleaded for her to do it.
That's awesome,
And it
dude.
was so much fun. The most fun with my clothes on, for sure.
Biggest audience ever.
Oh, yeah. Thousands of people. A lot of meth heads, which was cool. 'Cause
Sure.
They like everything. Doesn't matter what we're playing, really.
Were they selling balloons? That's my jam.
Yeah, balloons and acid. I know that's your shit
Yeah,
right there.
that's my shit right there.
Mhm.
So wait, didn't you meet Trey Anastasio, and didn't he
I know
quote
that.
back a review or something like that?
Yeah,
Tell me
I
that.
know that's your jam.
Yeah, oh, dude, Fish.
Fish is your jam, dude.
Fish, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I did meet Trey backstage at the Greek.
Oh, amazing.
He seemed to be really stoned.
Oh yeah.
His eyes were just like tomatoes.
Uh,
But really nice guy.
nice.
And yeah, I just reviewed one of his solo albums
Oh, gotcha.
for Entertainment Weekly.
Nice.
And he remembered one of the lines in the review, which
Wow.
is like, It was cool.
Oh,
it was
dude,
really cool.
to be quoted back to yourself
Yeah,
by
no,
Trey
for
Anastasio.
sure. It was awesome.
Dude, very nice,
It was
dude.
very nice, yeah. And then he gave me a tab, and we tripped our balls off.
Oh, yeah.
baby.
Nice.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balloons and acid.
Balloons and acid, baby.
Nice, dude.
Well, Mark, thanks for being on the Steve Wright Show.
Give me a hug.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
dude.
you, man.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, right on.
Peace,
Thank
brother.
you. Peace.
Cool. Good interview.
Good interview.
All right.
Good stuff.
Back to you, Steve.
Cheers.
Balloon time.
That's going to do it for this episode of The Steve Wright Show. A special thanks to Marc Weingarten for sitting down with Allan and talking about his career. It was fascinating to listen to. And be sure to check out Marc's new book that he co-edited, Here She Comes Now, Women in Music Who Changed Their Lives. That's in bookstores right now, brand new. Thank you all for tuning in for the absurd, the hilarious, and the sexy. Until next time.
It's the Steve Wright Show. Something funny closing line.
That's why I gained all the weight. I honestly think I told Dr. Wilson, I think I overeat because I have a fear of just a truck pulling up one day. Do you have time for this, dude? I know that you're busy and you're trying to wrap out of here.
No, dude, I'm here for you, man.
Cool thing. It feels good to talk about it.
Dude, right on, man.
But no, I just, it may be irrational, but, we're all kind of attracted to ourselves. We all think I hope, we all think ourselves are sexy. That's where it comes from. Tune in for the hilarious, absurd, and the sexy. That's real. I was writing from here. But I just, maybe it's illogical, irrational, and I've talked to my psych about it, but, I just think I just have this fear that a truck is going to pull up, like Silence of the Lambs. The guy's I don't help anyone out, ever. In Silence of the Lambs, he had the couch, and then, she went up to help him, and then boom, and suddenly she's in a pit. And, who knows? There might be some freak out there who's sexually attracted to chubby, middle-aged men who don't, care for themselves at all. That's a thing. It's not a huge thing, but that is a sick, twisted fetish. And, they could just pull right up, throw me in a van. Next thing I know, I'm in a pit, and I'm just a fuck doll for, the rest of my life. The one positive thing, because my brain considers everything, is I'd lose weight.